Good morning, it's Harvey Jackson. Just going to get through crop reports and other news here. Saskatchewan crop report is behind, as you can see, 80% uh, versus the 79 and 90 or 92, 91, 92 for 5 and 10 year respectively. Overall progress at 80%, 85% wheat is planted, and the other one that's probably most impactful is 73% of the canola is planted. You can see in this little map here that it's basically a west versus east, and the northeast is the farthest behind. And moisture actually showed up in time, probably for the west versus east here as well, so closer to ideal. Timing when to rain when the plants are in the ground. Topsoil moisture is close to ideal as well. There's a few pockets there that with poor soil moisture. Crop conditions, I will just maybe do a call out here that there's a couple little pockets of poor crop conditions, but the canola crop conditions are pretty hard to read at this time of year, as you know, being as small as it is. Here's You can just see the moisture impact and those precipitation percentiles. You see Alberta has definitely got covered with moisture, and parts of western Saskatchewan. There's some dry regions, Brandon South, and they've had some issues when we had those extreme strong winds with lots of dirt piling up and stuff like that, and dirt moving for sure. It's been a big issue. Yesterday there was quite a bit of news that hit. USDA expects to contain screwworm. The market actually it was quite red and then turned green because of the measures that are put in. Trump put on tariffs globally due to forced labor. Some countries are just shrugging it off that their forced labor laws are more stringent. But I think it's pretty well targeted at China. But some of the things that Canada has done is put a target on Canadians as well, especially with the allowing of EVs into Canada, and I think that's a big issue there. There's another executive order on small packaged goods as well. Trump had signed where there's exemptions in the past for smaller businesses, but now they need bonds and secured bonds and stuff like that. So it's going to be more difficult for some of the small businesses to sell to the U.S. Canadian dollar will strengthen if progress made with UMCA review. The Canadian dollar needs to see progress eventually, and eventually resolution to the U.S. MCA talks before they can strengthen durably, said Benjamin Ridis, Canadian rates and macro strategist in BMO. Our dollar is failing against the U.S. We've got job numbers that are coming out, maybe as I speak here or just a little bit later, but it's definitely falling apart. And the U.S. job numbers are coming out later as well, and they expect to stay steady is the expectation. But it's definitely going to put some pressure on the new Fed chair. Just looks like depending on the weather models, you're looking at hot, dry, cooler to the south, and looks like Saskatchewan, Manitoba might be a little bit cooler. We'll see how that plays out. Fair bit of moisture. Still looks like it's going to hit the eastern Saskatchewan and all of Manitoba. When you look at it, all the different weather models, they all pretty much agree. What I want to highlight here is the index for the El Nino is ramping back up again. This is the 72-hour accumulation. You'd see west of me, or east of me, basically got a lot of rain. South of Winnipeg got a fair bit of rain as well. 7-day forecast. A lot of the Corn Belt, Manitoba is going to get hit, and then you move way down into some of the southern states where they get a bit of a break into the 2-week forecast, but it's going to add moisture, and I think the market is pricing that in. Canola is down 560. It was down yesterday. Now November is at 782. Rapeseed is basically flat. Soybean oil is at 76.43. Crude oil is flat at $93. Soybeans down a penny and a half at 11.28. Spring wheat up a penny at 6.22. Your hard red winter is down a penny and 3/4 at 6.18. Corn down 3 3/4 cents at 4.20. And the Canadian dollar is slightly up. start with this just to give us an idea where the seasonality is on canola. I circle a bigger range in time here, but definitely feels like that we could be at that seasonal kind of timeline for the market to fall. Now that we got like a significant portion of the canola planted in Western Canada now. We're still waiting for the Alberta report, but here you look at July canola, the previous highs that were made, now we're up against it, so now it's resistant. So if it can hold there, that's great. That we can maybe go sideways here, but if it breaks, look for a break lower below that line there, and the next catch would be that next support line. Same thing with the November canola here as well. We're a few dollars away from it, but the next resistance would be down in that area. European rapeseed peaked above that and now failing that resistance line. Soybean oil broke below that previous high that was made back in early May. So this looks a little bit messier, but you can see right here would be where we are on this chart, and you still see a general movement on the way down here. It's a lot messier, that one. That's a soybean chart, and you can see what's going on here now that the crop is growing and in reasonable conditions. Here's your November contract, broke through. Look for the support here, but we really don't want it to go way down there. Here's your palm oil, peaked above, but you can see that you got multiple resistance areas here as well. Crude oil down right at the short-term moving average here. Same thing with the diesel fuel futures. Here's your RIN values, and it's not perfect, but you can see how it's increased just over beginning of the year. Even you're sitting at 95 cents. Now we're at $2.39 for our RIN for diesel fuel. Gasoline basically just chopping away sideways here. Canadian dollar got down to this support level. We'll see what happens with the jobs numbers, whether we can hold there, and obviously interest rates and everything else has a big pairing on there too. The S&P took a hit yesterday with some lower than expected chips numbers and stuff like that. Wheat, here's your seasonality for spring wheat, and here we are, right in there. Minneapolis, we're falling again and falling again. Just go through here quickly, and here's corn in that June, July, and then it falls off. That's the March corn. There we are. Quick look at the market. You see a big trading day yesterday, and we'll see if it continues to maybe chalk its way sideways here. I don't expect it to be big up here, but it was a wild day yesterday.